Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Euthenia Travels. Today, we're taking you on a tropical getaway to the stunning paradise of Bali, Indonesia. But don't grab your sunscreen just yet, because this video isn't just about sandy beaches and fruity drinks, although we'll definitely touch on that. We're also diving deep into the local culture, cuisine, and, oh yeah, the extremely open-minded women. That's right, we said it. So, let's start with the cost of living in Bali. Are you tired of being priced out of your own city? Well, in Bali, $500 can go a long way. For the price of a single avocado toast in New York, you can have a mansion, a personal butler, and a pet monkey in Bali. Okay, maybe not a monkey, but you get the idea. And the best part? The cost of living is so low that even a broke backpacker can live like a king. But let's be real, you're not here just for the cheap cost of living. You want to know about the open-minded women, right? Well, Bali is a special place. The women here are not just beautiful, but they're also spiritually enlightened and super chill. If you're used to dating in the West, where the slightest hint of an opinion can send someone running for the hills, Bali is a breath of fresh air. The women here are open to new experiences, new perspectives, and, who knows, maybe even a new you. And we haven't even mentioned the food yet. Balinese cuisine is a delicious mix of Indonesian, Indian, and Chinese flavors that will have your taste buds dancing the Macarena. From nasi goreng, fried rice, to babi guling, suckling pig, you'll be eating like a king on a peasant's budget. And the best part? The street food in Bali is so good, even the most hardened food critic will shed a tear of joy. But wait, there's more. Have you ever heard of the Bali belly? Ah, the infamous Bali belly. No trip to Bali is complete without a bout of diarrhea, am I right? But hey, look on the bright side, it's a great way to shed those extra pounds from all the fried rice you've been eating. Just make sure to keep a roll of toilet paper handy. Trust me, you don't want to be caught without it. But back to the women. Did you know that Bali is a popular destination for spiritual tourists? Yep, that's right. Bali is a hotbed for yoga retreats, mindfulness workshops, and wellness programs. And you know who loves that stuff? Women. So, if you're a man who's looking to up your spiritual game and maybe even meet a woman who can teach you the ancient art of mindful eating, yes, that's a thing, Bali is the place to be. Just don't be surprised if she expects you to chant a mantra before every meal. Namaste, baby. Now, Bali isn't all sunshine and spiritual awakenings. There are some challenges to living on this beautiful island. For starters, there's the traffic. You thought Los Angeles had bad traffic? Huh. In Bali, traffic is like a game of bumper cars on a crowded highway. And then there's the language barrier. Indonesian can be a bit tricky to pick up, especially if you're used to languages that use a Latin alphabet. But let's be real, you're not here for the grammar lessons. You're here for the beaches. And boy, does Bali have some stunning ones. From the surfer paradise of Kuta to the tranquil shores of Nusa Dua, there's a beach for every type of traveler. Just be prepared to share the sand with a few dozen other tourists. Remember, Bali is a popular destination for a reason. And then there's the nightlife. Bali has a thriving party scene that rivals Ibiza and Bangkok. The nightlife in Bali is like a tropical version of Vegas, minus the creepy old men in Speedos, thank goodness. From chic beach clubs to pulsing nightclubs, there's no shortage of places to let loose and dance the night away. Just be careful not to drink too much arak, the local rice wine, unless you want to wake up with a killer hangover and a temporary tattoo of a Bintang beer logo on your chest. Trust me, you'll regret it in the morning. And while we're on the topic of parties, let's talk about the famous full moon parties. If you're lucky enough to be in Bali during a full moon, you won't want to miss these wild all-night beach raves. Think burning effigies, fire dancers, and gallons of neon body paint. It's like Burning Man, but with better weather and fewer dusty hippies. But before you get too carried away, remember that the police in Bali don't take kindly to drugs. So, listen up party people, because this next part is important. The Bali police are no joke when it comes to drugs. They're like the DEA on steroids, without actually taking steroids, of course. In fact, getting caught with drugs in Bali can land you in some serious hot water. And by hot water, I mean a Balinese prison. And trust me, you do not want to end up there. It's like an extended stay at a 3-star hotel, but with even fewer amenities and a much higher risk of being shanked in the shower. But let's not dwell on the negative. Bali has so much to offer beyond just parties and prisons. For starters, the culture is rich and vibrant. From traditional dances like the legong to the intricate temple ceremonies, there's always something to explore and experience. And let's not forget about the stunning natural beauty. From the lush rice terraces of Ubud to the serene waters of the Gili Islands, Bali is a nature lover's paradise. Just don't forget to slather on the sunscreen, or you'll be a lobster by noon. Now, if you're the adventurous type, Bali has plenty of adrenaline-pumping activities to keep you busy. For starters, there's surfing. With its world-class waves, Bali is a surfer's heaven. From the beginner-friendly breaks of Kuta to the more advanced spots like Uluwatu, there's a wave for every skill level. But maybe surfing isn't your thing. No worries, there's plenty of other ways to get your heart racing. For example, have you ever considered riding a motorbike through the rice paddies? Riding a motorbike through the rice paddies of Bali is like stepping into a postcard. The lush green landscapes, the crisp fresh air, and the friendly smiles of the locals all combine to create an unforgettable experience. But don't forget to keep your eyes on the road, or you might end up becoming part of the scenery, and not in a good way. And if you're feeling particularly daring, you could try your hand at cliff jumping. No, I'm not talking about jumping off a small rock into the water. Cliff jumping in Bali is like bungee jumping, but with more palm trees and less safety precautions. There are several spots around the island where you can leap from towering cliffs into the ocean below. It's a thrilling experience, but not for the faint of heart, or those prone to seasickness. But let's say you're not into high-risk activities. Fear not, Bali has something for everyone. Have you ever wanted to learn to cook traditional Balinese dishes? If you're looking to expand your culinary horizons, there's no better place to learn than Bali. The island is famous for its rich, flavorful dishes, and locals are more than happy to share their secrets. From traditional cooking classes to hands-on cooking experiences with local families, you'll have plenty of opportunities to get your hands dirty and learn to whip up some mouth-watering Balinese fare. And the best part? You can wash it all down with some bintang, the unofficial national beer of Indonesia. And speaking of food, let's not forget about the street food in Bali. From sizzling sautés to crispy fried snacks, the options are endless and the flavors are out of this world. Just be sure to pack some antacids, because the spices in Bali are no joke. If you thought Mexican food was spicy, wait until you try the local Balinese dishes. But let's say you've had your fill of eating, if that's even possible in Bali. Have you considered checking out the local markets? Bali's markets are a feast for the senses. From the vibrant colors and exotic smells to the cacophony of voices bargaining for the best price, it's an experience you won't soon forget. Whether you're shopping for souvenirs, sampling the local fruits, or just people watching, the markets of Bali have something for everyone. Just be sure to brush up on your haggling skills, or you might end up paying way too much for that authentic wooden carving. But let's not forget about the spiritual side of Bali. In Bali, spirituality is woven into the very fabric of life. From the colorful offerings to the daily temple ceremonies, it's impossible to escape the island's rich religious heritage. And if you're lucky enough to be in Bali during one of the island's many festivals, you'll witness a spectacle like no other. From the elaborate processions to the colorful decorations, it's like stepping into another world. Just be sure to wear modest clothing, or you might get some disapproving glances from the locals. And speaking of spirituality, let's not forget about yoga. Yoga in Bali is like a religion unto itself. From the trendy studios of Seminyak to the tranquil retreats of Ubud, there's no shortage of places to find your inner zen. And with yoga teachers from all over the world flocking to the island, you can choose from a wide range of styles, from traditional hatha to the more trendy aerial yoga. Just be prepared to downward dog with the Instagram crowd. But let's not forget about the iconic landmarks of Bali. Bali is a land of natural wonders, and its iconic landmarks are as stunning as they are varied. From the magnificent cliffside temple of Uluwatu to the majestic volcanoes of Mount Agung and Mount Batur, there's no shortage of awe-inspiring sights to explore. And let's not forget about the famous rice terraces of Tagalalang and Jatalui, which look like they've been ripped straight from postcard. But perhaps the most iconic landmark of all is the Bali swing. No, it's not a trendy new dance move. The Bali swing is a massive bamboo swing that overlooks the lush green jungle of Bali. It's the ultimate Instagram-worthy photo spot, and it's become a must-visit destination for tourists and influencers alike. And while some might argue that it's just a tourist trap, there's no denying the thrill of swinging high above the jungle, feeling like you're flying through the trees. Just be sure to hold on tight, or you might end up in the canopy. But let's not forget about the beaches. Bali's beaches are like a never-ending parade of tropical perfection. From the world-famous surf breaks of Kuta and Canggu to the serene shores of Nusa Dua and Sanur, there's a beach for every type of traveler. And if you're looking for some real seclusion, head to the hidden beaches of the Bukit Peninsula, where you can soak up the sun without a soul in sight. Just be careful of the strong currents and watch out for those pesky monkeys. But Bali isn't just about the beaches. In addition to its stunning beaches and picturesque landscapes, Bali is also known for its lush, green interior. From the rolling rice terraces of the Central Highlands to the dense forests of the northern coast, there's no shortage of natural beauty to explore. And let's not forget about the sacred monkey forest in Ubud, where you can commune with the island's mischievous primates. Just watch your wallet. But Bali isn't just about nature. It's also a hotbed of creativity and culture. Bali has long been a mecca for artists, writers, and musicians, drawn to the island's rich cultural traditions and creative energy. From the traditional arts of woodcarving and silver jewelry to the modern street art scene, Bali is a creative melting pot that celebrates the old and the new. And if you're into the performing arts, be sure to catch a traditional Balinese dance performance, where graceful dancers tell epic stories of love, loss, and redemption through elaborate costumes and intricate movements. But let's not forget about the wildlife. Bali is home to a diverse array of wildlife, from the majestic elephants and tigers of the dense jungles to the playful dolphins and colorful fish of the sparkling seas. But perhaps the island's most famous creature is the elusive Balinese luwak, or civet, cat. Known for its unique coffee-making abilities, the luwak is a key part of Bali's coffee industry. And don't worry, the process of making luwak coffee is entirely humane, although you might not feel the same way after tasting it. And while the wildlife in Bali is fascinating, it's not always cuddly and cute. Take the Komodo dragon, for instance. This massive, scaly lizard is a formidable predator that can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh over 300 pounds. And while they're not native to Bali, you can still find them in the Komodo National Park, where they roam the rugged terrain in search of their next meal. But let's not forget about the island's wildest inhabitants, the tourists. And with that, we come to the end of our journey through the wild and wonderful world of Bali. From its vibrant culture and stunning natural beauty to its lively nightlife and adventurous activities, Bali truly has something for everyone. And with its warm and welcoming people, it's no wonder this little slice of paradise has become one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. So, whether you're looking to find your inner zen or just soak up the sun, remember to always respect the local culture and embrace the island's laid-back vibes. The icing on the cake. Thank you for coming along on this wild and wonderful ride through Bali, and to keep the adventures coming, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Our channel, Euthenia Travels, is your go-to destination for travel tips, insider secrets, and wacky humor. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more travel goodness.